This is the exact argument presented by Tinubu's attorney, Christopher Carmichael, before the district court in Chicago. He asserted that Atiku was attempting to discredit Tinubu by highlighting the fact that Tinubu's admission records at Chicago State University listed him as female. According to Carmichael, this discrepancy was not Tinubu's fault. It's worth pausing to consider this situation. It represents a significant shift in the narrative. Initially, they vehemently denied that these documents were fraudulent, attributing them to a political conspiracy against Tinubu. However, they now acknowledge the error. When someone admits to a mistake in a document, it implies they recognize a disparity between it and the original. Otherwise, how would they have identified the mistake in the first place? They must have compared it to the original record to spot the error. If there were no originals, there'd be no mistake to detect. By the way, it's crucial to emphasize that this is not a mere mistake. It's a case of impersonation. These two individuals have no connection whatsoever. To all those who supported and continue to support Tinubu, asserting that these documents were fake, and he was indeed admitted to Chicago State University, what's their stance now? Tinubu has admitted that these documents are genuine, confirming that the person admitted to the university was female. However, he still shifts the blame onto the school, alleging that they erroneously recorded his gender as female instead of male. But even if we assume these documents are genuine, why did he not notice this discrepancy since 1979? Throughout all the years after leaving school, he never questioned why such an error was made on his records and how it might affect him in the future. Why did he not request a correction? What's happening here follows a pattern typical of someone telling a lie to cover up something about to be exposed. They resort to more lies to sustain the cover-up, but eventually the truth emerges. The truth cannot remain hidden for long. We still have faith that the U.S. District Court in Chicago will do the right thing today during the hearing. They've presented all of this, as we mentioned in a previous video. We believe that the Honorable Justice will see this as a responsibility to Nigerians and a support for Nigeria's democracy. We still believe in the independence of the U.S. judiciary and hope the judge will act justly. Even if the release of these documents may not have a significant impact on Nigerian courts, as they've already chosen their path, let the disgrace continue to accumulate, revealing the character of those they support for the world to see. Our trust in the U.S. judiciary mirrors the trust we had in the Nigerian judiciary. Unfortunately, the Nigerian judiciary showed its partisan nature. Consider, for instance, their defense of INEC. INEC itself stated before the election that it would upload polling unit level results, Form ECAA, as mandated by the Electoral Act, Sections 50, 60, and 64. However, during the judgment, the judges surprisingly began to defend INEC, even fabricating reasons on INEC's behalf, claiming that IREV was only for public viewing and not part of any results collation process. This is highly shameful. Similarly, the situation in the district court in Chicago is disgraceful. One man has employed 5 lawyers merely to prevent his school records from being made public. The amount of money, time, and effort being expended to block the release of these documents suggests that they could be highly damaging to his reputation. In legal terms, actively obstructing evidence implies that the evidence would undermine his case. Therefore, the judge must do what is right and order Chicago State University to provide all the records and answer all questions under oath as demanded by Atiku's legal team. Even if the Supreme Court eventually rules that these documents won't be admitted as evidence due to the passage of time, let the evidence continue to accumulate and let the world witness the character of the individual they are supporting. We are all Nigerians, and we all bear the consequences. With so many capable individuals available, why is a man burdened with such baggage leading 200 million people? What kind of moral example are we setting for our children and the next generation? A man with ties to narcotics is leading our nation, and these individuals support him solely for their gain, knowing they can regain power when his tenure ends. This is driven by cronyism, as they believe they control Nigeria's power structure. Everyone needs to understand that they are not acting in Nigeria's best interest. They are merely safeguarding their interests. If they truly cared for Nigeria, they would support a leader with better character and integrity. Turning to another developing story, following the FBI's announcement that they will release 2,500 documents on Bola Tinubu, it appears that other U.S. agencies will also honor the Freedom of Information request made by David Hundeyin in collaboration with Aaron Greenspan of Plainsight. This request, made last year and expanded upon in August this year, involves the State Department, DEA, IRS, and various other U.S. agencies. The FBI is expected to release around 500 pages per month, starting in October. The plaintiff will have the right to return to court in November to report on the number of documents obtained from these agencies. The sudden decision to release these documents, despite the request being submitted last year, raises questions. Whether unseen forces are at play or not, the crucial point is that they are teaching Nigerian agencies how to abide by their laws. David Hundeyin and his associates made their Freedom of Information request through the court, and it was granted. In Nigeria, however, a lawyer obtained evidence from Chicago State University, but all the courts refused to hear it. Currently, it remains unassigned, with the case being passed from one court to another. Why is this happening? Are they evading their responsibilities because of one man? Shouldn't everyone be equal in the eyes of the law? This same situation occurred before the inauguration, with cases brought to court either dismissed or set aside. A variety of judicial somersaults occurred before the inauguration. Even if Tinubu is considered an asset to be protected at all costs, that should not deter the release of these documents. If President Biden can refer to the Chinese president as a dictator, what does that make Tinubu? It's essential to consider what the United States truly wants from Nigeria. They possess more oil and gas than Nigeria, so their interests likely lie elsewhere. Nigeria has the potential to become a future rival to the United States and even China, given its strategic geographical location. Imagine Nigeria becoming another manufacturing powerhouse like China, producing goods at lower costs than anywhere else globally. Nigeria's proximity to Western countries would make shipping finished products far more economical than shipping from China. As a result, conglomerates would flock to establish factories in Nigeria, potentially leading to job losses in Western countries. Would they stand by and allow this to happen? Genuine patriots must work together to ensure their country works for everyone. Foreign countries primarily prioritize their interests and citizens, so Nigeria must take charge of its development. No one will come and develop Nigeria. It must be done by Nigerians themselves. No one will ensure free and fair elections in Nigeria, except Nigerians. We'll continue to provide updates on the hearing in the Chicago District Court and see how the court decides during the expedited. If you are watching our video for the first time, I suggest you subscribe to our channel for more interesting and captivating information. Turn on the bell notification to get alert on all our recent posts so you won't miss out any. Share your thought in the comment section and share these videos with family, friends, and concerned Nigerians. Thanks for watching.